Today I'm going to show you how to properly clean your freeze dryer. Every few runs or so, depending on what you're running, these things can get pretty disgusting. So I'm going to show you what I do to clean mine to get it ready for the next run. To get started, let's talk about what types of cleaners I'm going to be using. You want to use something that's food safe. My favorite are going to be white vinegar and water, or some kind of high proof alcohol like Everclear or vodka. You only want to be using food safe chemicals in here. You're going to be eating all the food that's in here, so don't use anything crazy like bleach or any other harsh chemicals. To get us started, the first thing I'm going to do is pull off this gasket here. It's super easy. It just slides off like this. You've got this lip here, this metal lip, and then you've got this little opening right here. So the opening comes right off. Go ahead and set this aside for now. The next thing I want to do is I want to pull the shelving unit out of the machine. This is actually much easier than it looks. It slides right out. Hopefully the camera pulls this up, but you're going to have a cord right here. This cord is very important. You don't want to mess up these connections because this cord is what helps this communicate with this. So it's going to be sending all the different parameters and the different readings it's getting. This is also what's telling the heat pads to turn on. It's telling the machine what the different readings are, the different temperature readings. So there's a lot going on with this connection right here. So you want to make sure that you're careful when you unplug this. Some of these are different, but with this one, it's just one little button right here, and then you pull. When you do it, you kind of want to support both sides. So I kind of hold on my fingers right here and then pull right here. Just like that, and it comes undone, and then set this aside. I always like to clean this first because I want this to be as dry as possible before it goes back in the machine. I'm gonna take this handy dandy little stick thing, toilet bowl cleaner looking thing here, and I'm gonna start cleaning my rack. I haven't found a tool that is specifically made for freeze drying yet. This is the closest thing I've found because this tool right here, when it fits into these little slots, it's cleaning the top and bottom at the same time, which is pretty nice. But the first thing I wanna do is I wanna take some of my vinegar water. This one's vinegar. I want to take some of my vinegar water. I want to spray everything down because a lot of the food that's going to be stuck on your shelving unit here, it's going to be dried and crispy and kind of just stuck there. So if you get everything kind of moistened, it's going to rehydrate that food when it's sitting there, and it's going to make it easier to clean off here in a minute. So let's go ahead and just spray everything down. While all this nastiness is kind of rehydrating here, let me pull you in close so that I can show you how this little scrub daddy thing is gonna work. As I'm cleaning this, I'm gonna kind of come in from every direction. So I'm gonna start on this side, and as I'm moving this around, it's cleaning the top and the bottom. I'm getting the little heat pads up here. I'm getting the heat source cleaned off. I'm getting the actual tray part cleaned off. All of it's getting cleaned off at once. Make sure you spend some time when you're doing this because you've got this out here already. Just get it completely clean. If you're interested in this little scrubber that I got, I actually got it at Walmart a while ago. I don't know if I can find the same one, but I will see if I can find something similar and drop a link down in the description. This little scrubber is nice, but it's definitely not perfect. We're actually looking to create some kind of scrubber specifically made for freeze drying. So let me know down in the comments, do you like this style when you're cleaning stuff like this? Do you want the scrubber that's kind of getting the top and the bottom at the same time? Or would you prefer maybe a microfiber solution? What is it that you think would work best in a situation like this? Because we are looking to make something specifically for freeze drying machines and freeze dryer shelving units, just like this one here. That is clean enough. Let me go ahead and wipe my scrubby thing off. Now I want to come in and dry all this stuff as much as possible. And right here, what you can do is you can kind of take some paper towels or just a normal towel, shove them in there, and then you can take your little scrub thing and you can push it back there, and you can really kind of get all of it just by pushing this thing around. Go through and get each layer and get it as dry as possible. And then another thing you can do, since we did this first, now we can kind of let this air dry, and the best way to do that is gonna be tip it upright like this so all the moisture kind of falls down to the bottom. We're gonna let that sit there while we finish the rest of this. If you can see inside, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but if you can see inside, it looks like it's wet in there, but it's not at all. It's actually oil from the giant mistake of a mess I had last week. So this is full of oil right now. I need to get this cleaned out. And I'm gonna start the same way I started with the rack. I'm gonna start with some paper towels to see if I can soak up some of this oil. I'm gonna start by moving this cord out of my way. A lot of times I'll just kind of put it over here just to make sure it's kept out of my way. So let's go ahead and see if we can get some of this oil out of here. The next thing you can do, this isn't something that I do all the time, but it is something I wanna show you, is I've got my alcohol here, and I do wanna kind of clean that drain line that goes down to my bucket down below. So I'm gonna go ahead and just toss a little bit of alcohol into that drain. And that went straight down into the bucket just to clean that out even if it's just a little bit. Now I'm gonna come through with my vinegar solution and get it nice and sprayed around in there. The vinegar solution I'm using is about 50-50. I honestly don't know what it's supposed to be, but 50-50 seems to work pretty well for me. It might just smell like vinegar in here for quite a while. It's actually looking really good. I'm happy with that. So let's go ahead and get our rack back in there. This is kind of something we want to slow down and show you exactly how to do this so you don't mess it up. All right, Meow, the first thing you want to think about is the orientation of your rack here. So you could put it in this direction or this direction. But what you want to do is you want to make sure that these orange heating elements here are on the top. They're going to be facing up. Because if you think about it, when you slide your tray in, you're not sliding it on those heating elements, right? You're sliding it straight on to the metal that you're seeing there. So that's kind of how I think about it when I'm sliding it in, is I'm making sure that the metal is facing up because that's where the trays go. When we're putting this back in, this is kind of a big deal here. You want to make sure that this gets plugged in correctly right here. You want to make sure that it gets in. Hear that click? It clicks in, it is securely in there, and that communication is going to be happening between the tray and the freeze dryer. But now, as you're sliding it in, there's kind of a couple tricks here, because if I was just to push this in right now, I'll show you exactly what would happen. I'm gonna push it in, and it doesn't sit back all the way. It kind of gets stuck. You don't want it to get stuck because then when you go to put your gasket on and you go to close your door, everything isn't gonna sit there correctly. I take my cord right here, because this is what was stopping it from going all the way back, and I pull it over the top. You can almost see this little divot right here on top of my rack, and that's exactly from me doing this. So I pull it up, and I just kind of hold on to my cord, and I pull this forward as I push the rack back. And then it sits all the way back. You got your cord on top, and everything is sitting in there the way that it should be. The next thing I'll do is, this isn't anything that's needed, but you can kind of give your metal piece right here a quick wipe down, just to make sure there wasn't any nastiness sitting right where that gasket's gonna be sitting, because we're about to put that gasket back on. So clean this off. We'll be able to clean this whole front section in a minute, but then while that's actually drying, we need to clean the actual gasket. This is something that kind of gets missed, and it's really important because if you look at this gasket, it's this kind of silicone material, and what happens is a lot of stuff sticks to this, like a lot of stuff sticks to it. And I've actually had an issue before where I had little crumbs that were on this. It was sitting here, the door was closed, and when the vacuum kicked on, that little crumb created a big enough little air gap that I wasn't actually able to achieve a vacuum, because there was this little speck right here on that. So you wanna make sure that you clean this. Spray it down with your vinegar solution. It's kind of hard to clean because as you're doing it, like, you wanna just slide this down, but it doesn't really slide because it's just this really grippy silicone material. So it's kind of difficult. All right, this is done, let's get it back on. When I put this on, you just kind of start at one spot. Just kind of start at one spot. There we go. And work your way around. You just kind of use your fist, punch it in there. Here's something that I do want to address while we're at this spot right here. I have two Harvest Right medium freeze dryers, and one of them has this issue, but one does not. This one does not, but I do want to address this still. My other freeze dryer, if I push this all the way down, like I just did with this one, I get a insufficient vacuum error on my freeze dryer. And what I've noticed is with this door closed and the vacuum kicks on, this won't seal completely. And what I've noticed is what I can do is I can come in here and just slightly pull this out, just a little bit, all the way around. And then when that vacuum pump kicks on, it gives it a good seal. It's only one freeze dryer that I have to do it with, but if you're not getting a good seal right here when your vacuum pump kicks on, try pulling that out just a little bit and it might help you. I always do the door last because I'm putting things in, taking things out, I'm moving around all over the place, and I want that to be nice and clean so I can see my food on the inside. And I'm also gonna use, with this one, I'm gonna use a little bit of alcohol just to kind of help break that oil up. I think alcohol works better for that. We're gonna find out here. There we go. And all that's left now is I just want to kind of hit, I'm going to take a paper towel here, spray some of this on here, and I just kind of want to hit up here because it's got fingerprints and just kind of like, it just doesn't look all that great. So let's give this a quick wipe down, see if I can get some of my greasy fingerprints off of there. And there we go. We have a clean freeze dryer ready to run tomorrow. If you're just getting into freeze drying and you need some freeze drying supplies, I actually have a freeze drying supplies company. I'm gonna leave a link for it down in the description below. It's called Crunchco. I'm actually a new owner and it's something I'm really excited about. So if you could check that out, that'd be awesome. And if you wanna get into freeze drying and you just haven't gotten a freeze dryer yet, we also have a Harvest Right link in the description. This costs no extra money for you to use, but it does give us a commission, which helps us out a lot. And if you already have all those things covered, go ahead and watch this video right here.